All right, so here we are back at our survival seed. Right here, I'm starting to work on the first mob farm I've ever built. I haven't really bothered to do this with any of the other seeds that I've played, mainly because it was hardcore mode, and in the course of making this, I did die several times, and even died while using it later on. So I'm kind of glad that I didn't accidentally take out one of my hardcore worlds early. I have a link to the directions on, or the tutorial that I found this on, down below. I think that this is one of the more common mob farms. I've always seen the plate level ones, but this one you basically just go up 22 blocks and then you kind of make a diamond tower type thing, and then you make these kind of trenches in the middle that you'll put all of these trapdoors on. I put trapdoors here, but later on I went back and took those parts off, because if you put a trapdoor there, the mobs will apparently jump off there too soon and fall and die, which they still occasionally did for me, but it wasn't too bad. This is my less than stellar sword that eventually I did get looting 3 on, which was a good thing, but not as amazing as my previous swords. Guys showed up and I started fighting them to prevent them from killing me. I've seen them before, and unfortunately I got the bad omen thingamajigger, whatever. But thankfully this time around I ended up dying, so it wasn't that big of an issue. This is kind of the tower type thing that I made so that I would wait for the mobs to spawn. And while I went on to go and make my iron farm, I ended up getting bad omen again. Now, this was a bit of a dilemma in the sense that I didn't have a water bucket with me, except for in this chest that I had kind of like on the edge of town, and I was like, maybe I can get close enough in order to do it. Not so. I unfortunately started a raid, and well, that's how it went down. It started a raid, and so everybody started running around heading into their sections. So I quickly kind of tried to figure out, 1, where everybody was coming from, and 2, a general game plan. Unfortunately, I'm not very good at it. So it was at evening, meaning I was constantly having to fight these guys at night, which was a bummer because I was also having to deal with other zombies and stuff, and I kept dying, so I had to keep running around and picking up my stuff, and that was just absolutely no fun. Speaking of which, while you're looking at this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you like the video, because hopefully you're having more fun than I am at this moment. Haha. And if you have any recommendations for in the future, if this happens, how to survive it, I would really appreciate that. The one advantage was because I was getting attacked, this did clear out the iron golem that had spawned inside one of the villagers' houses that I was afraid to get rid of. But I don't really think that that is enough to, balance out all of the trouble that we went through, unfortunately. I had run through, I found that standing on the top of the church building or whatever was the best, because especially with the witches, because they just kept tossing stuff up and hitting the other raiders or whatever, or pillagers. I think they're pillagers. Yeah, if you have any recommendations on how to survive these things, I would greatly appreciate it. I know that you can drink milk in order to get rid of the bad omen, but fortunately, I did not do that. I tended to try and hide in these houses and shoot from above, which to an extent worked, but not always. Most of the time it didn't work. I tried to kind of, the thing that was nice was having kind of a bow and arrow that I could kind of use. Eventually I just got frustrated and had to walk away because I just kept dying, because there was one of these, I think they're called Ravagers or whatever. Anyways, and they just absolutely kept annihilating me. Every chance they got, they would take me out. And so I did get a Totem of Undying, but I don't really think that it was worth it at this point. And so I kind of popped up here because I wanted to get all of this iron on, and 2, I knew that I had a lava bucket in that chest, which I had placed there earlier because I was trying to get rid of stuff. And so, armed with the lava bucket, we returned to the cathedral in hopes of survival, and then I realized that one of those dudes was there, which was unfortunate, so we respawned and gathered ourselves and returned to the cathedral for our final stand. At this point, it was basically just, we have to clear the village out because there's nothing we can do. And so there he goes, kind of popping out, and so we quickly run around. I actually have an opening in the back, but I don't have a block that I can climb up on, and I have 0 supply, so I just ran around as quickly as possible and put a little bit stuff on, and I started to fight this guy with a flower because that's all I could do. And eventually we defeated him with the power of a flower. And so we grabbed all of our stuff up. You can see a bit of an opening in the back. I did put a bunch of the flags up because at that point we had taken the tower down. And then it was mainly just trying to get the Ravager, I want to say, to kind of pop up over here. But as you can sort of guess from looking at this, the village did not fare as well. Well, correction, I feel like the village fared about as well as I did. So, with a deep breath and nervous reaction, we quickly ran out of the cathedral to go and figure out where on earth this Ravager went, because we knew he was somewhere poking around here, waiting to take us down. While looking around the village, I spotted the Ravager, and then I also spotted another one of the pillagers. So we quickly popped in here like there was no tomorrow, shimmied up the ladder as we had planned from the start, and glancing down, there we had achieved our goal. And so we dumped the whole bucket of lava down on top of the Ravager in order to defeat them and not die, thankfully. All in all, I felt like that was a pretty good plan, and if I should do it again, I should probably do a similar thing. The one issue I ran into was when it started to float up in the lava, because I was not prepared for that. I did not realize that Ravagers could swim in lava. So that is how we defeated the raid, sort of. And so I guess next time we will rebuild the village. So I will see you all next time. Thanks. Bye.